Elektra. It's not your fault. You were taken before the studio was ready for you. Yep, we're here to talk about Elektra, folks. That wonderful movie that everyone was asking for as a follow-up to Daredevil. You know, that movie that everyone loved. Because of all the characters in the film, this was the character that we obviously wanted to see more of.
Liar!
You know, I have my gripes with the MCU. Many gripes. But it's movies like this that make me glad it's around now, you know? I mean, this is what we had to deal with back then. This is what we had growing up. You kids today, you don't know what it was like, man. You don't understand the things that we went through.
I've seen some things, man, and some stuff. I wouldn't recommend it.
Now, there's nothing new about the story in Elektra. She's an assassin that grows to care for her family, only to find out that the family is her next target. She of course can't bring herself to kill them, and is put into a situation where she has to protect the family from other assassins, in this case, the Hand. I wish. No, this Hand, the one Marvel can't seem to make people care about. Seriously, this Hand is way more interesting. Now, you'd think with the story that I laid out that the characters would be an important part of this movie, right? Yeah, no. I swear in the most trolling way possible, this movie avoids character development like the friggin' plague. There's a point in the movie where Elektra and the father of the family are having a conversation, and Elektra literally says to the father, "My mother died when I was young." And then she friggin' leaves. I guess they were trying to reinforce that she doesn't want to get attached to anyone, but A, it's clunky as hell, and B, why the hell did she go to their house in the first place if her goal was not to get attached to anyone? You know, there could have been time to establish that she might be lonely and craving human attention after being so isolated and cut off from people all the time, but
Ain't nobody got time for that.
okay, well, one thing we know is that this movie has friggin' ninja assassins that can vanish in the blink of an eye. One guy has magic tattoos, another person has a kiss of death, and the other is, good at balancing quarters. Well, most of them are cool. So at the very least, we should get some cool action, right?
Oh, no.
Believe it or not, her fight scene in the park with Daredevil was better. I mean, at least you could see what the heck was happening. The editing is absolutely intolerable, and this is pre-shaky cam. There are some neat ideas, like the one with the hanging bed sheets. If done right, this could have been more in line with the mirror scene in Enter the Dragon, not knowing where the villain is, you know, adding a bit of horror element to the scene. But instead, we get CGI sheets making it look like a Charmin commercial.
My hand is clean. Oh yeah, I'm Charmin clean.
Now, I can say that the one thing they did improve on from the Daredevil film is that the movie is more tonally consistent. Whereas the Daredevil film was more half Dark Knight, half Batman and Robin, Elektra elects to stay more serious. Which, if you couple this with the bad writing, the lack of character development, and poor action,
It's boring.
yeah, for real, what he said. And that's about the only thing that's consistent too, because the writing sure isn't. Elektra has some really good senses where she could basically feel where people are, but it only works when the script says so. The ninjas can move at super speed and dodge incoming attacks, except, you know, unless the script says otherwise. And don't even get me started on the many plot conveniences and, oh god, that dialogue.
Clever girl.
Yes, I also saw Jurassic Park, Total Recall, and all the other movies that have used Clever Girl, goddammit.
This movie's bad. Really bad. It's another case where the movie had so much potential, but it gets completely squandered with writing that feels like it was a first draft script, acting moments that feel like they went with a practice take, and editing that just, I mean, you see it. Critics hammered this movie, rightfully so, and fans just refuse to talk about it.
I don't know what the f you're talking about.
Yes, you do know what the fuck I'm talking about.
There's still hope though. It may be in the future we will get an Elektra that's actually interesting. I said interesting. That's not, you know what, close enough. Also, what is this weird obsession with villains poofing away into green dust? Man, the mid-2000s was a weird time.